we sure about to harvest this sugarcane. Welcome back to the garden. It's your lousy Florida gardener. We're out here in the yard today. We're gonna mess with some sugarcane. A couple things I need to tell you before we get started here, before you waste your time watching this video maybe, if it's not for you. Two things you should know right off. I know nothing about growing sugarcane other than what I've researched and what I talked to from Mr. Green, the man that was good enough to give me some cane to start with. Number two, my goal is not to mass produce sugarcane to produce a product. I want it for an ornamental purpose. That's the only reason. So you need to know them two things. This sugarcane came from about a half mile as the crow flies from me. So pretty much should be the same basic soil. We shouldn't have no problems. It was in full sun. Here on my property, some of the places I want to put it are partial sun. I've read online that it would grow there, but I'm not sure. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to plant different patches in full sun. And that way I know that I'm gonna have several chances for it to survive, and then I can experiment by cutting down off of that. So let me show you what I'm gonna do, since I've read on the internet and I talked to the guy, Mr. Green, that I got this from.
Oh, don't bite me, Blackie.
The sugarcane, from what I've read, you see these joints, and you'll notice, can you see that? That joint right there? Can you see it in there good? Mm-hmm. These little nodes that come out and they alternate. One here, there's one under here. The first thing we have to do is get all this fodder off of it and get those joints exposed. So I'm gonna go through here and we're gonna strip all this. So now we've got most of our fodder off except for the tips. So let me show you what we're working with right here. You can clearly see these joints. So what we're going to do, from everything I read, it said leave 3 to 4 hole joints. So I'm going to cut 1, 2, 3, 4 and cut. And then I'm going to plant them joints. Now something I am going to do a little different just to play with. Most of the videos I'd watched, when it got out to this tender end, they just cut it off, throwed it away. I don't know if that's because it will not grow or what, if further down I peel, or if it's just because it ain't worth the effort. I'm not going to go through no big struggle, but I am going to cut it off. I'm going to save these. Since I'm not trying to produce production, it's not a loss to me if they don't. I'm going to plant them in some experimental places. Let's get over here and I'll show you how I'm going to cut it. So I'm just going to come down with a simple machete and count my nodes. 1, 2, 3, 4. Chop. 1, 2, 3, 4. Chop.
Chop.
1, 2, 3, 4. Now here I don't really have enough for the rest of it.
But can you do
so
it?
I'm gonna just take and cut it right there. Then I'm gonna save these pieces, and I'm gonna go through here and just cut all of that. So we got all our pieces cut here. Now what we're gonna do is we're gonna move over here and we're gonna dig a ditch, and then we're gonna lay these in them. The man that told me to plant these said that where you have these alternating eyes, to lay it where the eyes are on the side. That way you have each eye on the side. So that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna dig a trench here about 1 foot wide, maybe at the most, and about 8 inches deep, and then we're gonna backfill it and plant them about 6 inches deep. I got 2 trenches here. I'm gonna plant it in an L shape right here because I get sun during the summer here. During the fall it's a little shady, but during the summer I get sun. So we're gonna come back. These ditches are approximately 12 inches wide and 6 inches deep. So remembering that these are our nodules and the way they're spaced, and then this one is on this side, we're gonna lay it in there where these nodules are on the side flat down. All right, y'all start handing them to me.
I got 2, Papa.
Okay, and I'm gonna just lay them in the end.
I don't need them, Papa. Do you need these?
But making sure that the nodes are on the side.
We're trying to make a wood, Papa.
Yep.
And we want to dig.
Don't touch them after Papa lays them in. So we got our sugar cane laid in our hole about 6 inches deep, 4 to 6 average. Throw a couple of little pieces on the side. We got our L formed here. So let me back up and give you a view. There and there. I'm gonna bury that, and then I'm gonna put another 4 foot row here, and then another one 4 foot wide here. Everybody I talked to said you didn't need to fertilize it when you planted it during the late fall, early winter, to wait till you seen it pop up. So all I've done is dug a ditch. We're gonna pull the same dirt back over it. See what happens. And mulch it up. So we've planted here, and we've planted our L, and we've mulched both sides. Now we've dug this ditch, and we're gonna dig 2 more. And we're gonna plant them and cover them the same way and mulch around them. Now this one was growing out close to the ground when I cut it, and you can see it's already got roots coming out of the nodule. And then we'll just cover it back the same way. Now you could use, if you're doing a lot of this, a tiller or a tractor. And I have a tiller. I enjoy working by hand. Gives me time to think and work off the world's stresses. So basically what we got is our 4 joints, which is about a 3 or 4 foot piece, laid end to end, and these 4 rows running this way and 1 running this way. This spot during the summer solstice should get full sun. I'm going to plant several like this so that I know that some of them are going to make it, and I'll have some seed stock. But we're also going to plant some in some places like this. Now what you'll see, most of this is dead now, but that is completely covered with elephant ears during the summer. So by planting it here behind it, we'll do a couple short rows. It'll give a dramatic backdrop during the summer to those elephant ears, I believe. You'll see all the green sticking up ahead. So we're going to plant a few spots like that, but we're going to do more of those areas over there that's in full sun. That way if these areas don't make it, we haven't lost our seed stock. We have others to keep doing that. So I had planned on just planting it in full sun, but I got a lot more than I was anticipating to be able to get, so I'm going to go ahead and plant some of these experimental places. If you only have a limited supply, it says full sun. Everywhere I've seen it thrive and do good was in full sun. I would strongly suggest you plant your first batch in full sun. That way you know you got something you can experiment off of every year, and you still got your spot where you know it's going to produce. So, I'm not going to make you watch me through all of this. I'll maybe do a few little clips at the end of some spots where I plant some as they go to coming up. As always, I appreciate y'all joining me and keep touring along. We're going to see what this sugarcane's going to do. Got it the 6 inches they told me. They said plant it late fall. Yeah, this is pretty much late fall, so I've done everything I'm supposed to do and what I've been told to do, I believe. We'll just have to watch and see what happens.